Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. To me, my listeners. All right, everyone. That's right. That time of the month again. They're not that time. Yes, welcome back to another episode of X-Men Classics. Well, Wolverine's involved. Mike is bloody. Anyway, yes, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is the extreme owl himself. It is
Justin the Owl taking on a new form.
That's right. Probably gonna take cover one of the big crossovers of the '90s. Maybe the first big one in the '90s.
I think it was one of
yeah. So this might be the big one for the first big one in the '90s. Yeah,
I think you're right.
So big, we have to do it in 2 parts. So yes,
yeah.
This month we get part 1 of the X-Tinction Agenda.
Yes. Which was what, 12 parts in total?
9 parts.
9.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. 5. We're gonna do 5 this time and 4 next episode. Yes.
Okay.
3 books for 3 months. Yep.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought it was longer, but no.
How many biscuits have heard that?
That looks photoshopped.
Oh my. All right. So yes, I'm trying to think of any X news. Oh, you know what? Me and my son today, we went to this flea market I've been meaning to get down to. And I got some I got some 90s comics, and they're all X books.
Ooh, nice. What'd you find?
I was filling in some gaps. I got like 2, what was it? X-Force 5 and 6, Wolverine 61 and 76. I got a couple annuals.
Nice.
I got issues 2 and 4 of the Rogue miniseries from the 90s.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about that one.
Yeah. I had never
got that. Was only like what, 6 issues or something?
4, I think. Yeah, I
4.
Think 4, yeah. So I think they were putting out a bunch of 4s back then. Yeah.
Oh right.
No, like the covers are cool because like the logo is in like foil, and then like on the cover for 4, I think her standard 90s belt, with all the pouches, is like in foil.
Oh, no kidding! The belt is foil. Okay, I love it. Very cool.
Almost as if they were trying to draw attention to the to a certain part of the anatomy.
Imagine that.
Yes.
Imagine that.
But yeah, no, it was this flea market had some good sales because they had like what was it? It was $2 per issue, or they were doing 3 for $5.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. I got like 9, so I was like, I'll pay $15, get up to the counter. The guy's like, just give me 10. I'm like, okay.
Oh, even better. Wow.
I know.
That's fantastic. Almost $1 an issue. Yeah. That's lovely.
Yeah. That's why I told my son, I'm like, you got to go to the flea market, get some deals. That's nothing. He got sports cards. He picked out like $40 of sports cards. The guy goes, give me $20. I'm like, yes!
Oh, nice.
Go back to this place every week.
I love that. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's so I can always forget it's down there, but yeah, it's interesting because it's in like an old movie theater that's been like closed for years, so they kind of cleared it out and made like stalls and
cleared
stuff.
All the seats out. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's just like one big space. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool. Very cool. Well, I bet it gets loud in there.
It wasn't too bad today.
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah. They kind of have it. It's like separated off enough where it's not just like one huge space. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So should we get to these issues?
Yes.
Speaking of clearing stuff out, here comes the
Genosha. A lot going on here. Yeah.
All right. All right. I think we have the synopses for all these. All right. So this one begins an Uncanny X-Men 270 from November 1990. Oh, look at that almost shirtless Biscuit on the cover.
I know. Oh, yep. I was collecting it regularly back then, and I thought, oh, there he is.
And that Jim Lee art, yeah.
Yes, there he is. We've been wondering what happened to him.
Just how you and Lil both like him. Yes. Built, blonde, and dumb. Yes.
My favorite Biscuit. And he is so dumb in this one.
Oh yeah, lovely. Definitely.
Yeah.
The X-Tinction Agenda Part 1. Writer, of course, in this era, Chris Claremont. Penciler, Jim Lee. Inkers, Scott Williams and Art Thibert. Colorist, Glynis Oliver. Letterers, Tom Morzalski, Lois Bahalis, and Kevin Cunningham. And editor, Bob Harris. All right. This one's not too bad. All right. Storm is examined by Forge, but her condition of being stuck in a child's body seems to be permanent. She renews her deep friendship with Jean Grey, who visits from X-Factor. Later, the school is attacked by Genoshan troops, and surprisingly, the missing Havoc is with them. Storm realizes they are outnumbered and taken by surprise, so she decides to lock the underground complex. By this, she dooms herself, Boom Boom, Richter, Wolfsbane, and Warlock, who are all captured and teleported to Genosha.
Which they won't let her forget as well. Because
yes,
in every single issue after this.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Yes, that they're gonna mention that damn hatch in every issue, at least this episode. Yes.
They're not gonna let her forget that.
Especially Cable. Yes. Yeah. What was she thinking? What was she thinking? I was waiting for someone at X-Factor to say, you know what I'm thinking, you know what I was thinking, for you to shut the hell up.
Stop beating the dead horse.
Exactly.
God.
But yeah, those ones are all captured and teleported to Genosha, but she ensures that at least the other halves of the teams remain free to prepare a rescue mission. In Malibu, Lila Cheney teleports back from outer space and mentions that Xavier is in terrible danger before passing out. Which, yeah, they'll get back to around 275. Well, she comes for the X-Men in 273 after Jean Grey and Psylocke shower together. I'm not joking.
I know that's burned onto your memory, isn't it, Phil?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was
the Jim Lee artwork too.
That was early 91, so yeah, I had to have been around 13
14
years old.
Yeah.
13 years old. So yes, that was burned into my brain, Justin. Yes, keep talking.
Less word bubbles.
Slip is slippery, huh? Okay, drop that, huh?
Less word bubbles, less captions.
So yes, this is part 1. Of course, this is part 1 of the 9-part crossover event.
9 parts.
X-Men,
yeah.
New Mutants, and X-Factor. Oh, this one was reprinted in copper and gold covers.
Oh, no kidding.
So. All right, so what are your thoughts, Justin? Because
I love this. Yeah.
This one's so funny. It's so funny, the X-Men, because there's barely an X-Men team at this point because everyone was scattered, and now like Storm and Gambit are back, but Storm's been regressed to a child's body.
Yeah, there's so much that's going on here. Like the team at the time was X-Factor because everybody thought X-Men were dead. So that's why we have the presence of Jean here, who was going by Marvel Girl back then, also. And then, we've got like just a handful of people that are kind of keeping the Xavier thing going. Forge and Banshee and Gambit and Storm. And then they come in and Cable just kicks the door and is like, it's time for the New Mutants workout. Get out of here.
Yeah, you're kind of testing Storm. Yeah, now that her body's like younger and the New Mutants can't get in. They use the danger room, so Cable just kicks down the door.
Kicks down the door. And this is also back when there were only 3 or 4 X books every month. There was
Only 3 at this point. Not for long, but yes, right at this point, I think there's only 3. Yep.
Well, actually 4, because there was also Excalibur, but they were yeah, they did their own thing for quite a while. Yeah,
I know, that's weird. I'm like, oh yeah, that is right. Yeah, because I'm like, why wouldn't you tie Excalibur in? You know?
well, for a while too, they were gone. They were in some
Oh
weird
yeah,
that cross time caper thing went on forever, so they were gone for a while dealing with that stuff.
yeah. I was gonna say, how long did that went for? What, like a year at least, didn't
I
it?
think at least a year, if not
Oh,
longer,
jeez.
because there was a little like interlude in the middle of it where they were going to what Kitty Pryde was doing.
Oh,
So that went on forever. So yeah, there were I think there were only 4 books. There's this Uncanny, there was X-Factor, New Mutants, and Excalibur. That was it. And those, I think that was the last time that there was that few X books every month.
Oh yeah, I don't think yeah.
A year later, that would explode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would explode.
Explode. See what I did there? Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, this is before cable went completely gray.
Yeah. This is early cable when they were still trying to figure out what he was going to look like.
Yeah, I don't think they had the origin pinned down yet, because
Yeah, he was just a grumpy old dude with guns and a cyborg arm.
is it the first X Factor issue when they go back to the ship, I think, and or is it the second, or one of the issues, the baby's there, and I'm just like, oh man, the space-time continuum is about to collapse on itself if people touches that baby.
Yeah, don't let them touch each other. Keep them away from each other. Yeah.
I forget where I heard this, but I'm like, I believe it, because I supposedly back in the day, I forget how they came up with the name Cable, but they were kicking around a bunch of names for him, and one of the choices was like Commander X or something.
Well,
yeah, and I was like, oh, thank God they didn't go there.
Yeah, Cable's bad, but it isn't that bad.
Oh yeah, and we kind of get some foreshadowing here, because we see that part with Lila Cheney, her bodyguard Guido, who would go on with X Factor here,
go on, to great glorious things.
That's so funny seeing him stay. He's like wearing a tux or something.
Yeah. I read too that I don't know if you read this, that he's going to be featured in the new Dazzler series as her bodyguard, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't seen that. Nice.
And Jamie Madrox is going to be in that series as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, if I was on the fence about picking up Dazzler, there's no way in hell I'm on the fence now. Yes.
Yeah. Those two are in there, along with them. Along with a bunch of other people. They're just 2 of several other. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to let Ray know that. Madrox.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's one of his favorites. Yeah. Yeah. Really excited to read that.
Heck yeah. And then Jean and Storm are basically reminiscing down at Harry's hideaway.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Chris Claremont does these conversations so good. These heart-to-hearts. They're always so good. Yeah. And I've got to say, the gall and the gumption and the Genoshans to just waltz over to America, to the Xavier School, and just snatch up a bunch of kids.
Oh, yeah.
That's some gall and some gumption right there.
I swear Ron and the New Mutants are giving Storm crap before the Genoshans even attack. So I'm like, okay, that hatch was a convenient thing, but before this,
they're... Yeah. Rain is pissed because Storm and the other X-Men are back from the dead, but Doug Ramsey, who was a member of the New Mutants who passed away during the fall of the Mutants a couple of years prior, has not returned from the dead, and she considers that to be unfair. So,
and it's so, and I mean, I guess they kind of have, the New Mutants are always basically just like, well, everyone just abandoned us. Magneto or Xavier went to space, left us with Magneto. Magneto just abandoned us.
Magneto just left. Yeah.
And then for a while, the X-Men were just hiding out in Australia.
Yeah, the New Mutants really got a bum deal. They really did.
That hive of scum and villainy, Australia.
What the F?
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what time of year this is supposed to be because
The swimsuits.
Storm and Jean are standing there in like jackets and they look pretty bundled up, but everyone else is in like bathing suits because they're about to go swimming in that lake or whatever. I'm just like, so what time of year is this? What?
Yeah, I couldn't figure that out either. Yeah. That's weird, right? Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna complain about it. Look at
Look
at Stevie Hunter.
Richter barely wearing anything.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, were we just looking for a bathing suit excuse to do a bathing suit scene? Because like I said, everyone, Jean and Storm were in jacket, like, I think they started the 90s jacket craze.
Right.
Hello, Noel. Hey, boys.
Hey, Noel.
What up, boys?
Joining us for X Talk.
Oh, Lord,
Classic X Talk.
Classic X Talk.
I love that 2-page panel spread of the Genoshan army coming through the transmat
with all their armor and stuff.
Yes,
yeah,
that's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Lee, of course,
so good. And he's got a different inker this time. Art Thibert wasn't his regular inker. It was Scott Williams, I think.
Yeah, I think they were both those inkers were on here. I said, yeah, but yeah, I mean, but it still looks good.
I love it.
Yeah,
it's a different dimension to the art. It's cool.
And I'm trying to remember, had we done the body sliding yet? Because I'm like, why didn't Cable teleport to the surface?
Oh, right. Yeah, this was still so early on. They probably hadn't even considered that he could do that yet, I would imagine. Yeah, this was only like his 3rd or 4th appearance, I think. Right?
Maybe was it New Mutants 87 was his first appearance? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So part 2 of this is what in 95. I mean, so.
Oh, okay. So so he'd been around for a little bit.
Maybe like not a year yet. So yeah, it's only been a couple months. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They had no idea what Cable would become. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. There's one scene where we see Cyclops' baby, and I was just like, "Don't let the babies touch.
Don't let them near each other."
Space oh my god! Can you imagine just like
that'd be hilarious.
See yourself as a baby. Yeah.
I'm surprised they never did a what if issue about that. With
that's an annoying plot.
Yeah,
that's what he said. I don't think. Yeah, they hadn't nailed down that origin yet. So
yeah. I'm surprised they never did the what if of Cable going back and messing around with stuff in the past.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it probably would destroy the time continuum if he went back and kind of killed Apocalypse before he infected.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, right.
Oh, that's. Yeah, all this art is great, especially Kid Storm with this machine.
I know, with the gun. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I thought, what is going on here? What's she doing that for? But I guess, yeah, because she still didn't really have a handle on her powers, right? Because she had been changed into a child, so her powers were kind of out of whack.
Yeah, like she couldn't control them as well, at least. Or yeah, I don't know if they were as.
That's why they were doing that test in the beginning in the danger room.
Wow, no. Cable should have stopped his own birth or made Logan his daddy. Yeah, hey man, the only person Logan wants to be daddy of is Jean, okay?
I don't know. It's 2024. They need to start shipping the Cyclops, Jean, Wolverine throuple.
You know what? At the beginning of Krakoa, there was like one panel in an issue where like he had his arm around both of them, and everyone was just like assuming that was the case. And then now all of a sudden, years later, I think they're saying, "Oh yeah, no, they weren't they weren't a throuple or nothing."
Yeah, so, whatever. I believe it. I think it happened.
Oh yeah, Noel's like, didn't they do that? Yeah, they kind of hinted at it, Noel, but now they're kind of backtracking on it. Now that Krakoa is coming to an end, I guess it only works if you're like a plant clone.
Yeah, well,
Krakoan plan, Clint.
If I ever, I'll make this vow. If I ever become a writer on the X-Men books, any of the X-Men books from Marvel, I'm doing that. They're going to become a threat.
Oh, you heard it here first, kids. If Justin ever writes
Yeah.
the next book, Logan's sticking in everything. Okay.
Well, just Scott and Jean. Like, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just that thruple's going to happen.
Whoa. I think Logan lets Scott. Oh,
That's
my.
what the healing factor's for, bub.
Oh, jeez. Jean makes Logan peg Scott. Jeez. Are you reading directly from the little Hellfire hard drive, Noel? I would stop right now, Noel, because I think Lilith can get you for
plagiarism. Yeah.
And we always talk about the creepy stuff like John Byrne does, but again, it's like, so the Genoshans have a teleporter that Chris Claremont came up with that can, when he teleports you, it only teleports
the
your body.
clothes behind.
So you're naked when you arrive at your destination.
Yeah, bunch of naked kids. Yeah.
No, I don't want to do it, bub. Oh, you will, my dear. Oh my. Hey, you better put down that He-Man porn, okay? No,
yeah, that was good stuff.
I love Rebecca thought that was going to slow anyone down, saying, "Oh, it's pretty graphic," and
yeah, no,
all the priests and nuns on that thread were going to go, "Oh, golly, no, I don't want to see that."
Pretty graphic, actually. You just sold me even more.
I know. I think that's what Noel's waiting for. He's like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Yeah.
All right, all the kids get teleported away and
cliffhanger ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why are the kids close here?
Part 1 of 9.
Exactly. So any other thoughts on this one, Justin?
No, I really enjoyed this. I was pretty much hooked from the beginning of this story.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't get all the parts because I missed some of them at the time. I still
yeah. You know what? Yeah, I kind of read these out of order too because again, I was still at the mercy of the newsstand and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I remember I didn't get either of the New Mutants issues.
Yeah.
And I remember being happy about that years later when I actually read them and saw the artwork. I thought, ew.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I won't say any of the art is bad in this, but the styles are so different from book to book. Like here you have Jim Lee, which again is the gold standard, and then like you have Rob Liefeld on the New Mutants book.
Oh, this next one is oh my god. If we can fast track through that one, that would be fantastic.
Noel says, what year were these issues? This was
90.
I just said it. Yeah, this first one had a cover date of November 1990. So yeah, it was probably like late 1990. Yeah.
So this will go into early 91.
Yeah.
With the whole story.
Yeah. He says New Mutants start so well in the 80s. Well,
they did. Yeah. I love that.
And
book.
Again, you got. I mean, I think at this, at least in this part here, yeah, like Louise Simonson's still writing the book. So I mean,
yes,
writer.
She's writing this and X-Factor.
Yes.
Yeah.
But but just on New Mutants, but then they saddled her over with Rob Liefeld. She's already saddled with Rob Liefeld. So there's something.
That's an excellent term too. Saddled with Rob Liefeld.
Right. Talk about pegging, huh? Yeah, and that art, I don't know. There's something up with this art. There's problems afoot. Oh, thank you, Noel. Saddled with ha ha ha.
He liked that too. Yeah.
Oh,
God.
No foot funny business. We can't do foot talk, but Noel talking about every character pegging each other. Okay. All right, should we get to the New Mutants issue?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, New Mutants number 95 from November 1990, X-Tinction Agenda Part 2, Shell Game. Yeah, this time, like we said, Louise Simonson writer, penciler Rob Liefeld, God help us, inker Joe Rubenstein, colorist Brad Van Cata, letterer Joe Rosen, and editor Bob Harris. Storm, Boom Boom, Richter, Wolfsbane, and Warlock have been captured by magistrates and teleported to Genosha, all nude, where they learn that Cameron Hodge, now using a huge mechanical body, has allied with the island nation. The mutants are stripped of their powers and prepared for, well, those too, and prepared for undergoing the mutate process. But Warlock sacrifices his last energies to help his friends to break out, now clothed. They split up and try to escape the Citadel, but Ron later turns back to help Warlock. She arrives just in time to prevent Hodge from infusing himself with Warlock's shape-shifting ability, but she can't prevent her teammate's death. So, yes, this is the death of Warlock here, kids.
Yeah.
In New York, X-Factor and the remaining New Mutants and X-Men learn of their friends' whereabouts through the TV news. Genosha considers the X-Men as criminals of the state, which will be brought to trial. Warlock is reported to have been killed while trying to escape.
Boo!
Oh, Jesus, no. Storm Boom Boom 2.
True, that is truly one of the most atrocious character names, Boom Boom, that has ever been.
That's a 90s name right there. What? Didn't they
Well,
change
late
it?
80s.
Didn't they change it after a while from Boom Boom to Boomer?
Boomer or Time Bomb or something.
I
Yeah.
think they did both.
Boomer. I was like, oh God, it's got to be anything but Boom Boom.
Yeah, that's a
Jeez.
late 80s, 90s name. Yeah, no.
Oh my God. Ugh. I mean, great character. I love the character, and I love her powers. She's great, but that name, holy God.
I think they kind of even pointed out at one point in this, but it's like there's a lot of similar powers going on here at the moment, like Jubilee, Boom Boom, Gambit.
Yeah. Right.
You got at least like people throwing some form of like bombs or explosives. Yeah.
Yeah. Bright, shiny, flashy, explodey things. Yeah.
And the second printing of this is in gold.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. There are other uncredited pencilers and inkers credited only as and CO.
I noticed that in the beginning, and company. I was like, oh, what happened? Did somebody have to come in and finish the feat?
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Oh, I went. Well, again, too. They were probably really with the deadline on these because it's like,
oh yeah,
the new mutants have to come after X-Men before X-Factor. Yeah.
Yeah, 9-part story. We've got to fire on all cylinders here. Call in the reserves. Get the inkers out.
Oh my Lord! Will and I were covering a issue of Brightest Day yesterday or Friday from 2011. God, it was a regular size issue. There was like 8 inkers on the thing.
Oh, no kidding!
I know. We're like, what the hell happened? I was like, oh, I guess they were just like, okay, we got a big deadline. You take 2 pages. You take 2 pages.
Divvy it up. They did that back in the day too, in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah,
there were some issues where they divvied that up too. I remember there was an issue of the Avengers where there was a different inker on like every page or every 2 pages. Yeah.
Well, that's like in the 60s and 70s. That's one thing, but this was 2011. I'm like, shouldn't a lot of this be digital now? Shouldn't it be easier?
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. That's funny.
Hold on, I'm going to flip this issue, see what I. But yeah, like I said, even with all the Liefeld jokes aside, I don't think any of the art on these is bad. But like I said, the styles are just so different.
See, I can't get into this one. It looks messy to me. I don't like any comic book art that looks overtly messy.
Yeah,
always looked really messy to me, and I don't. Even with the inker, sometimes it didn't really make a difference.
And I just feel bad for this creative team because again, we're saddled with Chris Claremont's plot device of, oh hey, there's a teleporter that teleports people naked, as we've just teleported a bunch of underage teenagers.
Yes, yeah. No, not good. I'm not fond of that either. And after I read this, I went back and reread this after the fact. Like I said, I was irritated that they killed off Warlock in this fashion.
Yes.
I thought that was so stupid. I thought, what a waste of a character. I love the character of Warlock, and I grew up reading his exploits in the New Mutants and thought he was fantastic. And to have him killed off in this really terrible, trifling way, I thought was really disrespectful to the character. And I could tell, too, reading this again, that Louise Simonson probably didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, this was a character that she had written for a long time, and I got the feeling that if she had had her, I feel like it was an editorial decision to kill him off, and I feel like if she had had her way, she would have written this differently, but I think she was forced to, and it kind of comes off in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why well, again, that by after issue 100, it becomes X-Force, but I just wonder if that's part of the reason why she left, or
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why would they do it? I was just like, what did they just want this story to have big stakes? Like, oh, hey, look, we're not about, nobody's safe, or
Yeah.
But again, this is like, late 1990 or whatever. I'm like, when did they bring Adam Warlock back? One of my least favorite characters. I'm like, were they just like, we don't want two characters named Warlock, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Because Infinity Gauntlet's coming here, in 2 years,
next
maybe?
year.
Yeah, a year or two.
Wasn't it 92? Yeah.
Yeah, so so probably a little over a year. So is that part of the problem?
Maybe.
Because I don't think, because I was going to say, did this Warlock show up after Adam Warlock died? And,
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe that's part of the problem too.
Maybe, yeah.
Just give him a new name or something.
Yeah, exactly. And can't there be two Warlocks? Like, what's the deal? What's the deal?
Adam Warlock and Warlock. Yeah.
So stupid.
Oh wait,
this whole thing that the two characters can't have the same. They can't have the same name is utterly ridiculous.
Brand confusion.
Yeah. Oh, people get confused.
Noel said, "I just looked up this issue. The art is shite."
We are in full agreement, Noel. I can't abide this.
They said Warlock drawn by Bill S. was amazing.
Oh yeah, Bill. Yeah, that's glorious. It's the best. And also, I loved who came after him, Brett Blevins. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He also drew a phenomenal Warlock. Yeah. So
that's the thing. It's probably like Liefeld. I mean, no offense, but Liefeld was probably the worst artist on this series, and then they hand him the X-Force book.
Yeah. Ugh. If it weren't for Fabian, I wouldn't ever go back and reread those.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, you guys are gonna love this. The first time I talked to Fabian, I did interview him. I've talked to him like 2 or 3 times. The first time I talked to him, I did the introduction. I'm like, oh, guys, it's Deadpool's dad, Fabian. And he goes, oh, I guess that makes Rob his mom. I love that.
That's excellent. Yes.
I was like, yes, way to spike that over the net after I set you up. Yes.
I love it. That's fantastic.
But yeah, I think the whole thing with Liefeld is, I think, again, the art styles were shifting for the 90s, and they're like, oh, he can draw that art 90s style. So
yeah, we're starting to shift into the extreme 90s style here,
which again isn't always the best. I mean, Liefeld's, but Jim Lee was Jim Lee.
Yeah. And also the X-Factor issue, I love the art in that one, and that isn't like early 90s style.
No, that's isn't it John
Bogdanovich.
Yes. I forgot he drew this book, even though I was reading it at the time. Yeah. I hear his name, the first thing I think of is the Superman stuff.
Superman, totally. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember how long he was on X-Factor. I feel like it wasn't very long, maybe like a year or so.
Well, kids, the theme for this tonight is pegged, because yes, Fabian pegged Rob.
Oh my God.
And made a Deadpool.
And that's how Deadpool was made.
No, I would mail that in. They might add that to. Oh, well, it's probably too late to add it to the script for the movie, but
they can always go in the next one.
Don't look at my feet. All right. And I'd forgotten about Cameron Hodge, basically, making a deal during Inferno. So
Oh yeah,
Basically immortal, but now he's just a head because Archangel cut his head off.
Nestier. Yeah, Nestier came in. Yep. Cameron Hodge just can't get rid of a villain like that. It's not
Exactly.
possible.
So yeah, I mean, we see a little bit with Cable and the others back at where the mansion was, but yeah, but most of this is just Storm and the New Mutants trying to escape, and then yes, of course, yeah, we get the death of Warlock.
That's a Warlock. Yep.
Oh, and X-Factor shows up at the mansion. Yeah.
Calling in the reinforcements. It's getting serious.
Well, pretty much right now, X-Factor is the only
they're the only ones.
Only rostered team at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 1990 was when the cross time keeper thing was happening for Excalibur, so they were gone.
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
So it's only X-Factor. That's it.
You know what? That is funny because I wasn't reading Excalibur at the time, but if I picked up, I don't have them all, but I picked up random back issues, and I'm like, how long did this thing go? This cross time caper.
Yeah, that was another Chris Claremont. Yeah, he wrote that for 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. That would be cool to have Excalibur. I mean, maybe that would have been too many characters, but to have Excalibur in here,
that would have been really cool.
You easily could have had him come in, oh hey, say Kitty was visiting the X-Mansion.
Yes,
talked it too. That brings Excalibur to it.
Totally. Yeah, they could have gotten Phoenix involved in this mess. Yeah, that would have been great.
All right. Anything else on this one, or should we get to the X-Factor?
No, let's move past this one. Ugh.
All right. So X-Factor number 60 from November 1990. So this was all the same month. X-Tinction Agenda Part 3, Brotherhood. So yeah, writer Louise Simonson, penciler John Bogdanov.
Bogdanovich.
Yeah. Inker Al Milgram, yeah. Colorist Glennis Oliver, letterer Joe Rosen, and editor Bob Harris. So that's the other thing. Not only is John a good penciler, but yeah, he's got Al Milgram inking.
Yeah, great duo here on the art. Fantastic.
The Gene Engineer and Cameron Hodge don't go along well, but Genosha's president, Madame Renault, reminds Moreau that they need their insane ally for a while longer. While the U.S. government officially does not get involved, they unofficially support a rescue mission of X-Factor and the remaining members of the New Mutants and X-Men. Once on the island, they get attacked by a magistrate strike force under Havoc's command. But despite the surprise of seeing their former member Havoc with them, they can fight them off. Boom Boom and Richter escape the Citadel while Storm plans to take someone hostage. Let's see. Yeah, part 3 of 9 of the X-Tinction Agenda. Oh, yeah, here we go. Nathan Summers appears twice in this issue, both as an infant and as an adult Cable. Yes,
nice
Redcon, yes.
Yes.
That's cool.
They hadn't planned it that way yet, but yeah.
So yeah, thoughts on the X-Factors. So yeah, that's always funny with Cyclops and Havoc. Your powers don't affect me. Well,
yes. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Them blasting each other's clothes off. I was like, oh man, this is
steamy.
This is getting steamy here. Ooh.
We switch from Lilith's hard drive to Justin's hard drive.
Exactly. Oh man. Them pounding on each other. Yeah.
Wow.
That's good stuff. No, I love this. I love that they took the fight right to Genosha. They didn't waste any time. They're like, let's go in there and let's handle this issue.
And I love the government didn't give them crap. I mean, they didn't officially give their okay, but they're just like, okay, yeah, we'll look the other way. Yeah, go.
Yep. You gotta do what you gotta do. Time is of the essence. People's lives are at stake.
Oh my god, I haven't reread the rest of the issues for part 2, but I think this is the only issue. When Hodge has that cardboard cutout or whatever.
Oh yes.
Regular human body.
I love that.
Even the president, she's like, you can't think that cardboard cutout's fooling anyone, right?
That's fantastic.
And I think it's the only issue he uses it too.
Yeah, this is great. I love the art in this. And of course the writing is excellent. It's Louise again. It was nice too, because back then in the X books where there were only 4, you only had 2 writers.
Yeah.
They were both doing 2 of them. So they just kind of had to sit down with each other and be like, well, let's do this 9-part story.
Continuity was easy to keep track of. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Simpler times in 1990. Yeah. But yeah, I love this issue. Great action, great art, great everything. There's a cool part too where well, a cool character part, I should say, where they're interviewing Boom Boom's dad.
Oh yeah.
And he's getting all white trash and be like, she ran away from me, little tramp. Sure, I knew she was with X-Factor. But I care where she ended up. She's straight trash. She's been bad news since the day she was born. Yeah, so we hadn't really had a lot of that type of crap in a while with the...
Yeah, I mean, well, yes, literally. I mean,
the
trailer behind him, the car up on blocks.
Yeah.
He couldn't be bothered to put the beer bottle down to give the interview. Yeah.
Right.
I'm like,
for all 30 seconds.
Is he wearing a sailor's hat?
I couldn't figure out what that is. Yeah. Cook's hat, maybe? Crumpled up. I don't know. But yeah, we hadn't had one of those type of scenarios in a while where the parent angrily shuns their child because of their mutant abilities. Yeah. And
like you said, the art's great. Like I love that Archangel.
Yeah, he draws a great Archangel.
But again, it's 90 or 91. I mean, are we giving Bobby Drake a mullet here?
Yeah. Yeah, and he definitely had 1990 hair in this. Yeah. Yeah, what I thought was funny was when they were first attacked by the magistrates, when they first land on Genosha and Havoc blasts him. I thought he should like immediately recognize that energy signature. Like out of anything on the planet, he should recognize that one like right away.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because they kind of played that too long. Because like even when Cyclops picks himself up, he's like, something, knocked me over and incinerated half my clothing. He's like, what weapon could have done that? Something like that. And why am I still alive? It's like, well, duh.
Yeah. And also, like, there it is again. Not a weapon, but a man. Another of Genosha's secret tricks. And he's blasting him, but he doesn't recognize, like, that energy signature, like, right away.
Not totally like, blast his helmet off. I'm just like, okay, who's the one mutant whose powers don't affect you?
Right. Yeah, it's so funny. But they had to keep that mystery going for a little bit longer. Yeah.
Well, I love Jean Grey in this. Yeah, when Wipeout shows up to try to take away their power, she like basically drops that rows of rocks on him, then just basically drop kicks him in the face.
Yeah, that's the best. She causes a mini avalanche.
Oh yeah, that's excellent. Like you said, the Summers brothers basically almost getting naked here.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. Yep. It's like, oh.
I love how Cyclops is just banging his head into the ground. He's like, "You're my stupid brother, and I'm not gonna crack your head." Literally, he's like says, "I'm not gonna crack your head open and knock you. I will. I'm not gonna give you a concussion. I will."
Yeah.
And Alex like, "No, it can't be true." And then we see Rain is still the prisoner, but the rest of the prisoners are escaping. Storm and Boom Boom.
Storm's on the loose. Yep.
So
shirtless Cyclops at the end. Damn, that's good stuff.
Yeah, remember when we used to draw chest hair back in the day?
That's right.
Well, that's what John would do because anytime he had shirtless Superman, he had that. I think he had that same chest there.
I think you're right.
Oh wait, I even think Cyclops has nipples because I hate that sometimes when they'll like draw like a shirt with that, there's like no nipples.
No nipples. Yes. Yeah. It's so funny. Did you forget something, artist? You left out a little detail there.
And again, I'm sure it's just at the end there. I'm sure it's just a big coincidence because they hadn't had the origin pinned down, but just like Cyclops and Cable making plans. I'm like, oh, father
Yes,
and son.
yeah. Oh, look at that father and son bonding before they even realized it.
He's like planning the invasion of this country. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. How adorable.
so yeah, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, great. I love this issue. Yeah, the whole run of X-Factor is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
me
this
too.
is gold, solid gold. Yeah, kept the story going really well, kept the suspense and the tension going, and yeah, I wasn't expecting to see um, Havoc again
Mhm.
in that capacity. Yeah.
All right, so should we move on to the next one?
Yes.
All right, we're back to Uncanny X-Men 271. And as you see big and bold on the cover, Wolverine joins the fight.
That's right. And my girl Betsy is in this.
That's right. And Jubilee. All right, so yeah, Uncanny X-Men 271, December 1990, X-Tinction Agenda Part 4, Flashpoint. I think we have the same team again, although Scott Williams is the only inker this time. Two letterers, Lois Buhalis and Tom Wojciechowski. And for some reason, this time, instead of Bob Harris, they put editor Robert Harris.
Esquire.
Yeah. All right. Storm is examined. Wait. Wait a minute. Oh man, they f this up. They put the synopsis for Uncanny 270.
Oh, they repeated the same synopsis.
Yeah,
well.
they must have copy and pasted the wrong thing. Yeah, so I'm on 271, but they're giving me the synopsis for 270. A-hole.
Oops.
All right.
Somebody's slacking over there.
Yeah. How dare you mess up the free service?
I know. Yeah.
Yes.
How dare you?
So we'll have to walk this one through a little bit. But yeah, like we said, yes, Wolverine, Psylocke, and Jubilee make it to Genosha.
Yeah, they've been doing their own thing on the sides for a while.
Yeah, since those Acts of Vengeance issues we covered. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we're also focused upon the group that is captured in Genosha: Storm, Boom Boom, Wolfsbane, and Richter. And yeah, we open with Richter and Boom Boom being almost recaptured by the Genoshans.
Yes.
But for the timely intervention of Wolverine, Psylocke, and Jubilee.
That is a great cover, which I've seen reprinted other places. That one with Jubilee hanging off Wolverine is towards the street. Yeah.
I love that.
The colors on that, the pencils, yeah, all of it. And again, something we never get in modern comics anymore. Like the first panel on the first page where they show Jubilee, Wolverine, and Psylocke, and Wolverine just holding that lit cigarette in his hand.
We don't see that anymore either. No. That is absolutely the truth.
Even from a guy with a healing factor.
Yeah. I had forgotten too about this part until we reread this, about the part where Wolverine gets his bell rung by what's her name? The Genoshan magistrate there.
Oh yeah,
with the lightsaber thing.
Yeah, lightsaber stun thing. Yeah, because she knocks him out, and that's when Psylocke comes up behind her and just gives her the side.
Yeah, but after that, like, he is taken down. Like, he's staggering trying to get back up. I forgot,
because again, it's one of those periods where Claremont's like, oh yeah, his healing factor's on the fritz. He's not the man he used to be.
Yes. When he gets hit now, he feels it, and it takes him longer to recuperate from it.
So yes, kids, here we start the long trend of Psylocke using her psychic knife and then explaining what that is and what it does.
Yes. Lengthy explanations afterwards. Yeah, that kept on for at least a year, if not longer.
My side blade. I took him out with my side blade. The totality of my mental powers.
3 or 4 word bubbles. Yeah, I don't have to do that. And I love the part too where Richter and Boom Boom have to let Psylocke kind of telepathically go into their minds and figure out what's been going on. And they're like, Do we have to?
I know, I love that panel. Do we have
Oh, it's so good. I just
Yeah.
love it so much. Yeah.
She's basically loading that into Wolverine and Jubilee, the basically
Mhm.
here's the summary of what happened in the last 3
Yeah.
issues.
Let me take their memories and put it into your head. I love it. And I had forgotten also about this part with Moira McTaggart.
Yes.
She was under the thrall of the Shadow King at this time and was
Yeah.
rocking this S&M gear. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, because everyone's all, at this point, like, oh, she's so aggressive all of a sudden. And
Yeah.
I love
what's
how
wrong
everyone's
with
like, look how she's dressed, which again, I'm sure that is like a tight leather outfit, but I'm just like, that's pretty tame for this period. I'm like,
Well,
you don't see any skin. So I'm like, it's kind of
that's
tame,
true. But to go from decades of wearing that same bodysuit, the yellow and magenta bodysuit that she rocked for like 30 years, to go from that to this Barbarella look is a bit severe in retrospect. And I love how he said something about Highlands Halladin. I never want to talk to that Highlands Halladin ever again. That was fantastic. That's a great Chris Claremont line right there.
I know. I like, because the guy from Genosha is basically just like, oh, if you like, because she's like, oh, one of the kids you kidnapped was my ward, and he's like, oh, maybe we should take a look at you. Why you let her run around with the terrorists? And she's like, oh, you're right. You had your fill of messing with kids. She's like, oh, maybe now you want to taste of the grown ups. Like,
yeah.
He's like, no.
He says, for myself, I don't care if I never see that Highland Harridan ever again.
Noel said Barbarella. Ha ha ha. Oh, did you see they're remaking that?
Oh, yes, I did see that.
Yeah. Next year, Sydney Sweeney.
They really are running out of ideas if they're remaking that.
They're gonna get. Hollywood is trying so hard to make those #1 box office boobs.
Oh God.
Madam Web couldn't do it.
Keep trying, Hollywood.
We're gonna get an Oscar and we're gonna arrest him on Sydney Sweeney's boobs.
One for each one.
Oh, nice. The award for best rack goes to
Best Picture and Best Actress. One for each boob.
The actress with the best lung capacity. So yeah, lots of politics in this. Lots of TV special, news specials and
interviews and
and
then a Storm.
Oh yeah,
getting the one hand up on the Engineer and taking him hostage briefly.
With a knife through his throat. Yeah,
that was good stuff.
Then Todd shows up. Yeah. Man, basically, this is 2 spikes and pins her to the wall because he shot her shoulders. Yeah.
So nasty. Yeah. And then there's another brief battle with the magistrates.
Yeah. Well, Wolverine and Psylocke try to sneak into the Citadel dressed as magistrates. Yeah. Although Psylocke takes a bit, gets hit hard psychically because Storm's basically in intense pain and crying out.
Oh yeah, she can pick up on her distress. Yeah.
God, so they get to the Citadel and then Havoc's like, wait a minute, you're not my girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's why he don't want to wake up. He's getting some magistrate strange.
That's true. That's true. He's like, oh yeah, I was brainwashed the whole time. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Lauren is over in the corner being like, yeah.
I wasn't completely brainwashed. I was just distracted.
I've been there, Alex. I've been there.
So have we all. So
yeah, this is great. This battle between Havoc and Wolverine, I love
Yeah.
it. It's a little bit too brief though, because Psylocke comes in and gives him the whammy.
Right order, smart moves. You're good, bunkies. I'm better, especially when I'm mad.
Yeah.
Is it this one? I think. Yeah. Because Psylocke's like, oh, she's like, maybe it'd be better if I just left them for the Reavers to kill. Better than have them go through the siege perilous and end up like this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Psylocke said. Yeah, that's pretty extreme, but
As she has a machine gun, just like Storm had last.
Yes. Yeah. Well, she assumed, and pretty rightfully so, that they needed a lot of extra firepower to go after Hodge.
Yeah. Or she gives Havoc the psychic knife too.
Yeah.
Wolverine's like, think that shocked him to his senses? She's like, I don't know. Depends.
Well, we'll find out.
Oh, that is a beautiful panel of Wolverine smacking Hodge. Yeah.
I love that. Yep. I was a little surprised also that Hodge was able to overpower Wolverine and Psylocke so easily.
Well, again, he's not the man he used to be.
Well, that's true, but still. I thought, damn, that ended really quickly.
I swear, every other year or every third year, I swear, Claremont was like, oh, Wolverine's not the man he used to be. His healing factors.
Yeah. Something has limited him somehow. Yes.
And these are the X-Men, mutant outlaws.
Yeah.
Defending a world that fears and hates them.
Yes.
But they find out too late that, yes, they're too late to save Storm because she has gone through the mutate process.
Yep. Shaved all of her hair off.
She's now mutate 20.
Yep. Poor Storm.
Yep. All right. So, thoughts on this one?
Some more gorgeous artwork.
Oh, yeah. Claremont.
Great action throughout the whole issue, moving the story right along. And like you were saying, there's a lot of extra stuff on the side with the subplots with Moira McTaggart and all that stuff. Yeah. Excellent issue.
Claremont, like, Shadow King's still here. It's coming soon.
Yes. That'll be the next big epic to come after this one.
That's what we have to hit. We have to hit that all the issues, after Extinction Agenda up until, we get our new X-Factor team. Yeah, we need the Shadow King stuff, bringing Xavier back from space. Savage Land Rogue. We need to get all
Savage Land Rogue. Yeah. Oh, man. There's so many good ones around this time period. Yep.
All right. Should we get to the last issue for tonight?
Yes.
All right.
New Mutants
96.
Oh, that cover. Oh, God.
What, with Beast?
Yes. Broadly filled Beast. Oh.
Well, at least of course he put Beast on the cover. So you have an excuse that the feet look weird. Oh, it's the Beast. It's not like he has a regular human foot. So, New Mutants 96, December 1990, United We Stand, Extinction Agenda Part 5. Again, Louise Simonson, penciler, because they hate you, Rob Liefeld. Inker Joseph Rubenstein and Art Thibert. Colorist Steve Buscetto. Letterer Task Force Z. And
Task Force Z?
Bob Harris and Suzanne Gaffney. Yeah, it says Task Force. Who is that? Hold on, there's a link here.
Who is that?
Oh, okay. Task Force Z was a group made up of letterers Tom Morzalski and Tomoko Sato, which did work on several X-Men titles in the 1990s. Sometimes under the name Task Force X. I don't know why they just
weird. Okay. I never heard that before. Interesting.
L. Lois Buhalis also lettered some issues as part of the team. So yeah, so it was a team of just
a group of letterers.
Task Force X or Task Force Z. It's like a team of 2 or 3
interesting
letterers, yeah. Just a nickname, I guess. All right. Jubilee, Richter, and Boom Boom managed to elude the many magistrate patrols in Hammer Bay's streets. Cameron Hodge and the Gene Engineer transformed Wolfsbane into Mutant 490. That was 22 late. Half of the rescue team, Cable, Gambit, Marvel Girl, Sunspot, and Forge, try to plant explosive devices around the Citadel, but are discovered and kept busy in battle till Wipeout negates all their powers. Having heard the news of Rain's mutate bonding process, Tabitha, Richter, and Jubilation also plan to attack the Citadel, but they arrive just in time to witness the fate of Jean's team. Helplessly, they watch from a safe distance, but at least they can avoid recapture. And yes, like I said, this is part 5. Okay, here we go. Here's the breakdown. Okay, so for inks, Rubenstein did page 1, 7, 8, 10, 11, 13 through 18, and 21. And Thiebert did 2 through 6, 9, 12, 19, 20, and 22.
They earned their paychecks that month. Holy cow. Oh. They deserve a sainthood for this. I want to call attention to one panel in particular that I could not believe. It's a panel on, what page is this? Hold on a second. It is page 7. It is a panel where Jean and Scott are talking, and Scott is embracing Jean. And look at Scott's legs.
Hold on, I'm bringing it up now.
The word bubbles are covering his legs, so you can't see most of them. But look at the proportion of his legs to the upper half of his body.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Look at that.
Well, I mean, even like the page before it, I mean, look at Cable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's got like stick legs, and then he's almost got a Captain America type chest there. You know, old Liefeld Captain America chest there.
Yeah, totally. Sticking right out with all those guns and pouches and shit. Yeah, all over the place. Oh, God, it's awful. And Bald Rain looks like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings in this. I thought, oh my God, this is atrocious artwork. Yikes.
And I mean, in those two panels, there's something wrong with Archangel's face.
Yeah. And Cannonball's face and Gambit in this issue. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeesh. Yeah, it's unfortunate because now when I look at this, I'm like, all I can think about is some other artist doing the artwork and me enjoying it a lot more. Because I love the script. I love the Louise Simonson script in this issue so much.
And I mean, they were a little big anyway, but I mean, I don't think Jubilee's glasses were ever that big.
No.
I mean, look at the size of her nose and look at the size of her
her glasses and her jacket. Yeah. No. I'm not a fan of this artwork at all.
Again, look at like the ankle and stuff on Cable there. Look how small that the bottom of his leg is.
Little pig feet. Yeah. And the faces on everyone. It's just
like you said, especially Gambit.
Yeah, Gambit. That's a terrible looking Gambit. And yeah, Gambit had been around long enough for people to get a decent grasp on what he looked like at that point.
At least give him like a face, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. When Cable slugs that guy, look at his waist.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's almost twisting around like 180 degrees.
Kung Fu Grip from G.I. Joe action figure.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, you know, no offense, but it looks like his waist is like an owl's neck, you know. So turning that.
It's on a swivel.
Ah, tell next. I finally get the joke. Okay. Took me a while. It took me probably a year and a half, but I got it. Okay. And they hunt at night. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, you know. Yeah. It's a multifaceted nickname.
So
yeah, this issue would be great except for the artwork, you know, same as the other New Mutants one, because the action's great, the story's good, the like I said, the script from Louise Simonson is excellent. So
And
Yeah.
that's the other thing. I mean, with this art, it almost seems like Liefeld can't even keep a consistency with himself almost.
Yes.
Because there's some panels you might look at and be like, okay, that's not too bad. But then like two panels over,
The
it's
next
like,
page.
did he rush through that? I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
he can't even keep a consistency with himself.
And the fact that so many inkers were needed is not a good sign.
And again, I'm a fan of like 90s art, but I'm just like, ugh, you're gonna meet me halfway, kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not aged well at all.
Mm-mm.
No. The only and there is one series that I do like Rob Liefeld's artwork, and it's the Hawk and Dove miniseries, the 5-issue miniseries. It was the first thing that I think I remember seeing his artwork in, and Carl Kiesel did the inks. I actually like that. Like, that's one Rob Liefeld thing that I will stand behind and say that I still enjoy that. But this is not good. Nope.
And again, underage teenage girl crotch shot. So
yeah. Oh, come on now. Oh God.
But and like, and I'm not even saying Liefeld has to be like an over, stylized detail like Jim Lee, but I'm just like, look at what John's doing on X Factor. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. And there were some other artists around the time, like Terry Shoemaker did a run on X Factor for a while too, and he had a very subdued style that wasn't, that wasn't anything like that. Yeah. I'm glad that we, in our next episode, I'm glad that we only have one.
Yes.
Rob Liefeld issue.
Yes. Next month
that will be nice.
Yeah, we'll only have one. Unfortunately, we'll only have one X-Men issue, one New Mutants issue, and 2 X Factors. So,
two X Factors. So that'll be I'll enjoy that much more.
All right. So thoughts on this what we've covered so far, Justin?
This story is great. I remember just being appalled at the Genosha, at the gall and the gumption that they'll just come over to another country, steal a bunch of kids, brainwash them, shave all their heads off, remove their identities, and call them and make them referred to as numbers. I thought, oh, these are some cold villains.
And again, unfortunately, I mean, it kind of reflects, aspects of the real world because, it's a country that has no problem having a slave labor force.
Slave labor. Yeah, they put them to work as mutates. Yeah.
It's basically human trafficking. They kidnap children.
Totally.
And slaves. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I thought, what a great concept for a villain of a whole country that has this facade about it. It's so cool.
They're so ridiculous because it's like, oh yeah, mutants are such a menace, but meanwhile they're Genosha's off the coast of like Africa, and they teleport to America to kidnap these mutants. Be like, oh, mutants are such a menace.
Yeah, but they use mutants for their own purposes. Yeah. So it's always great to have a villain that you love to hate.
Oh yeah.
And for me, I hated these Genoshans right away. I was like, oh, I want to see them all. I want to see them blow up this island.
I mean, and I mean,
have Richter shake it right to the foundations.
Exactly. And unfortunately, I mean, that's part of what makes X-Men work. That because unfortunately, bigotry never seems to go out of style. So,
right, there's always somebody else that thinks that they know it better. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
All right. So, should we get out of here?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
And we'll I
was gonna say, I know
to the next part.
Yes, I know what we're doing next time. I'm just gonna open this, make sure I get the right issue numbers, give you people because yes, I'm gonna do the last 4 issues of X-Tinction Agenda next month, which will be X Factor. Well, not in this order, but X Factor 61 and 62, Uncanny X-Men 272, and New Mutants 97.
97, almost to the end of New Mutants.
That's right. Yeah, 98 was the first appearance of Deadpool, and then 99 and 100. Boom, right there.
Yep.
So yes, kids, next, and then for your August episode, we're gonna do another crossover. Well, with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four from Days of Future Present. which was the Fantastic Four Annual 23, New Mutants Annual 6, X-Factor Annual 5, and Uncanny X-Men Annual 14.
4 annuals.
Yep. Once again, Excalibur being left out.
Yeah. They were doing their own thing.
So much so they did the other 3 X-books and threw in Fantastic Four for goodness.
That's so funny.
All right, so it's so funny because it was Claremont writing them. You know, he could have squeezed them in if he wanted.
Yeah, totally.
That's just such a tragedy because there's like how many years of storylines did like Nightcrawler and Kitty and Rachel like miss out on because they're over in England? Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Genoshans are teleporting over from the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
All right. So send us your thoughts on this part, the next part, the days of future present. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Pick up your brand new Capes and Lunatics merch with the brand new logos. And again, if you're feeling extremely generous and just want to rain random money on us, there is a Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Yes, please treat us like that young naive girl dancing in the club. Although Will said, if you're dancing in the club, you ain't naive.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
And if she's drawn by Liefeld, it looks like she has 2 club feet.
Help her get the operation she needs.
help her get off those crutches. It's kind of hard to dance on a crutch. And of course, the Patreon, where again you never know what you're gonna get. The May episode just went up, and yes, it's me and Lil Hellfire talking random BS, which you'll be able to tell because the cover art is literally Moon Knight. You know that Moon Knight meme, random bullshit. We talk current events, we talk politics, we talk food, we talk personal stuff. Oh, we're all over the place. So yes, but again,
it's always entertaining.
It's always uncensored and entertaining. Yes. All right, so yes, subscribe to the Patreon like Justin here, and of course,
join me in the Patreon elite.
Exactly, and of course, you can find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. It's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right, and now for the king of podcasting. Justin the Owl, you can catch him here once a month, of course, on X-Men Classics. Also once a month on Energon Universe, talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe with myself and Russell. Over on Capes Lunatic Sidekicks, also at least once a month on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast.
And if you're listening to us on the podcast, go over there now and listen to me, Justin, and Lil talk some Killer Moth. So
yes. Just in June over on We Are the Night.
That's right. And of course, you can catch him every single week on Marvel Tales with me right here, talking something different from Marvel. June on Marvel Tales.
Smorgasbord of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Avengers, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Guardians of the Galaxy.
A bunch of cosmic epics in June.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's not all. That's not the only places you can find this man. So, Justin, where else can people find you?
They can also find me on 3 other shows a month. The first is Gamma Charge, the strongest Marvel podcast there is, where Russell and I every month discuss the Incredible Hulk and the Sensational She-Hulk. We do have a Patreon page, so do check that out if you're so inclined. And we are joined by the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, every month on Predator and Prey, the Yucha podcast, where we are discussing the new Predator comics coming out from Marvel every month, as well as the classic ones released from Dark Horse in the 90s. We're very excited about Predator versus Black Panther later this year.
Yes.
And last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends, my solo podcast, is still trucking right along. And by the time that this episode comes out, I will have just wrapped up my 2-part retrospective on a 1994 Marvel title known as Black Wolf.
Going back to the 90s here, bitch. One way to the biscuit town.
Oh, I was gonna say what I was trying to remember what drop I played. It might have been the stripper pole drop this morning. And Ray's like, "What?" He's like, "Wait a minute!" And I was like, "Yeah, that's Justin." I'm like, "That's drunk Justin."
It's me, your old pal, the owl.
I could have sworn he'd heard those already.
I don't know, unless he forgot because he's busy on YouTube playing with himself. So, but yeah, no. Oh, he got into. Oh, he loved that. When I said, "Oh yeah, check out Ray Plays Games on YouTube," where he plays with himself every episode.
Yes.
He was like, yeah. Sometimes it's what is it? One-handed play or two.
Two-handed. That's talent.
I know. Well, of course, he had to throw that in. Oh, sometimes it's two-handed. Yes.
The hard master. Exciting times to be.
Don't forget about that.
Great.
Spider babies.
That's great.
So yeah, Ray fully embracing that. All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Again, we'll be back in 1 month. To wrap up the X-Tinction Agenda.
Yes. Justice for Warlock.
Does anyone else die? Does anyone else get shirtless for Justin's gaze?
Well, I think there's some more shirtless action.
Yeah, come on, Psylocke. No, I'm just kidding. Right.
You'll get that soon enough.
Yeah, 273. We got to do 273. That shower scene.
Yes.
No, Claremont didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, naked teleporters. Yeah, conversations happening in the shower. See more plot on Cinemax. Come back next time, everyone. And remember, why'd you lock that damn hatch?